Hey guys, this is Divine from the future. I hope you guys are doing great. I kind of wanted to film an intro for this video that you guys are going to be watching. Part 1 was last week and this is part 2. I felt weird just starting over with the video without introducing. So yes, I hope you guys enjoy it. This is part 2 of our topic on race. Enjoy! And so when now there's the conversation of George Floyd, why do you care? Because I'm Christian, because I'm a human being, and also because I'm black, and also because I'm a woman. I think this was a different kind of shock to the world, because we can hide behind being busy. We can hide behind, I had school, I had work, I have a family to raise, I have a relationship to sustain. There's so many reasons why people have been hiding and avoiding this conversation. I mean, Black Lives Matter didn't start today. Like, the civil rights movement didn't start yesterday. Cameras were always there. I think the reason why it hit the world the way that it did is, first of all, because it was filmed in its entirety. I haven't seen the full video and I don't think I will. I saw 5 seconds and I was like, this is enough. This is clearly not going anywhere. That I just didn't want to participate in viewing. Like, it was too much for me. But also because we are all at home. We are in this lockdown, for worse or for better, but you have to now stay with the issues that you've been avoiding for the longest time in the face, and there's no avoiding, there's no pretending like it's not there. And I'm glad that it happened at this time. I'm not glad that somebody else had to die for everybody to be like, oh, this is real. But if there was a time, I feel like this was a time, and I'll tell you why, because you can't hide. And I think it's exposing a lot, and this is not an exposed video on who is deep down racist or whatever. I actually don't care. I don't care about what celebrity posts or whatever. Obviously, it's like they also have influence, maybe bigger than mine, so it is important to speak on that. But I think this was more of a personal thing for me, and I hope for you as well, to say, why do I care? Why don't I care? This is a human being. People shouldn't have to be attached. There shouldn't be an adjective before divine for you to say that she's worth leaving. I don't care if George Floyd wasn't a father, he still didn't deserve to die like that. I don't care if he was somebody's son. In fact, he could be like a virgin birth. By virgin, I mean no person gave birth to him and he was there. His life is still worthy. Let's stop that conversation of that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's father. So if they weren't a parent, okay, that's somebody's sister. If they didn't have siblings, your value is not attached to what you own or who you are to other people. You simply are valuable because you are. And that's the first conversation that we should have, to put value to people outside of what they've done, what they could have done. Even outside of even potentiality, like what if he was meant to cure cancer? Bro, even if he wasn't meant to cure cancer one day, he's still worthy. Like, stop that. The other thing that really got under my skin was the whole, but I'm not racist. That is surface level, okay? It's not enough not to be racist. You need to be anti-racist. I'm gonna say that again. It's not enough to you personally not be a bigot or for you not to be prejudiced towards people. You need now to speak out against that. It's not okay. I know on Instagram posts like that black box that people were posting on Blackout Tuesday, I know that doesn't change the fact that somebody died, but it shows at least your positioning. I don't think people understood fully what that was meant to be for, or what it was meant to represent. But it was basically, don't post anything on the day. It wasn't post that and then go on with your day as if nothing happened. It was like, okay, silence yourself and then listen, learn, take time. And I know it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but then educate yourself for that day. Pick up shows. Like, I know it's not given for everybody, but that was a learning opportunity to ask questions. And I know it's not always comfortable, but I'd rather sound stupid now and be educated than be stupid silently for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. That day was for you to say, okay, what books can I read? What movies can I watch? Whatever medium that I can use to educate myself, That's why I'm saying it's not enough to personally not be prejudiced. You need other people to know that as well. As a black person, it means a lot to me that people that I go to school with, people that I consider my friends, people that are my brothers and sisters in Christ, to speak up on things that affect me. And I know you're like, but Divine, you're sitting at home in a position of privilege. I am, and I'm going to admit to that. But pick me up the same divide and put me in America, best believe every day is like you, every day I leave the house, it's gonna be like, bro, in case I don't see you, I'm gonna be giving my life to Jesus every morning. You need to also understand that geographic privilege is a thing, that just because you live in a certain neighborhood or in a certain country doesn't change the fact that you are still, as an individual, being hunted and haunted because of your race, because of things that you had no control over. And even if I had control over, best believe I'ma still be black, because there is so much to me. There's so much of black culture that I'm so proud of. You understand? Like, that's one of the things that, as my brother and sister in Christ, if you didn't say anything, if you didn't post anything, it kind of gives off the impression that you don't care. And if that's not true, then you need to say it. Passive and silent love is not enough anymore. Passive and silent support is not enough. You know my heart, bro. Not even God knows your heart. Like, stop that. If you're gonna say you know my heart, just don't say that, okay? Like, we're laughing and everything, but please stop. It's not cute. And the other reason why we need people who don't believe in racism to be vocal is because people who are racist are very vocal. I've never seen somebody be a bigot very quietly. Like, it's very loud. People's comment sections, people's like everyday interactions are very loud. I've been treated a certain way at shops, is like, because I'm black. So if that's overt, why would your love and your defense for me be something that is quiet? I don't understand that, you know. So I think that's very important to also draw that line. The other conversation I wanted to touch on was the whole All Lives Matter situation, which I'm sure from the tone of this video so far you've understood that obviously that's complete nonsense as well. I'm gonna say why it's complete nonsense. Because, and I saw this very beautiful illustration, that if there are houses in this block, right, let's say this is a line, picture a line here, there's 10 houses, pink, blue, green, black, white, beige, brown. Those are all the colors I can think of right now. If the black house is on fire and we call the fire department and the other houses are not on fire, why are you mad? Of course all the houses matter, but it's not the pink house that's on fire, it's a black house that's on fire. So stop saying that. Just stop, okay? Stop. It's not funny. It's not woke. It's not progressive. It just shows that you may be a little stupid. So please stop saying that. We're not saying that all lives don't matter. Of course all lives matter, but right now it's this life that's endangered for the simple fact that it is based on prejudice. And if you can't understand that, there's a problem. So show support. If you don't understand, ask questions, but don't say things like that. Because I know for a fact, I had this conversation, and that's my next point. It's important to have conversations. It's important to let people know. If you don't understand, again, I'm saying this, I know it's scary. I know not all black people are willing to sit down and explain and have this conversation, ask questions and have them answer in a way that's kind. And I know black people feel like, bro, I have to fight this, I have to fight that, I don't have the time to sit down and teach you about your privilege or whatever. But if we don't do that, then we're not going to move forward. You're going to keep being frustrated with not being understood. But who holds the key to being understood? It's you. When we talk about films in Hollywood and the Oscars not understanding films from a black perspective, it's because who best to tell your narrative but you? But now we withhold that because of frustration. So how are people supposed to learn? Yes, there needs to be an effort and there's material out there, but there's a subjective uniqueness to my story, being a black woman, that is different from even one of my closest friends, Knox. I'm black, Knox is black, we're both women, but our experiences are different. Subjective narratives are not the same. And so I feel like somebody could learn a lot more from sitting down and having a conversation with me about what it means to be black than anywhere else, because it's a subjective story. And I think there's also a beauty in that, to just speaking your life, speaking your story. People are deep down, sorry to say this, including myself, we are narcissistic. People love talking about themselves, bro. So there's so much that we could learn and get for one another. And so I told her, If you don't see me as your black friend, color blindness removes the color. Exactly. And that's not fun. Like, I'm your friend and I'm black. There's music that I introduce you to that you don't know about, girl. Like, whenever we drive together, she's like, who is this? I'm like, I'm glad you've asked. And I'm not talking simply about like black artists, but there's a uniqueness to me that I can bring to her. Like, there's events that I take her to that she wouldn't know about if it wasn't for me. And best believe, when I hang out with her, there's artists that she introduces me to. There are cultures and like and activities she introduces me to that I wouldn't have known by myself. And that's the beauty of our separate uniqueness. And saying that somebody's colorblind is like, bro, you're removing all the colors to their lives. And I'm way too fabulous, I'm way too cool, I'm way too diverse and different and unique to be viewed through the lenses of you are my friend. I don't attach that black to you because I am your black friend and that's fine, and you are my white friend and that's fine. Furthermore, the issue of color blindness, what I fear it would do is that if you see me like everybody else, you won't see my struggle as important. Because think about it, if I'm not your black friend and I go out and you don't think that I might get shot, are you praying for me? If I don't see you as my white friend who grew up on a farm, whose family has been farmers for years, when there are farm murders, am I praying for you? I mean, if you're not my white friend, then the farm murders don't apply to you, but they do, right? So we see people for their uniqueness and we love them for that. There's a reason why I am your friend and I'm black, and that's fine. And there's a reason why you are my friend and you're Indian, and you are colored, and you are white, and you are Asian, you are Chinese, you are Korean. I'm manifesting Korean friend in my life because I'm gonna meet BTS soon. I'm so excited. Besides the point, my point is, please let's love people for who they are. Don't put a grayscale filter on people, because there's so many things that you can learn from the black culture and vice versa. That's why it's important to have conversations, because in that I learned that my value to her is not based on my race. And she learned that in removing color, she removes flavor as well. So I think it's important to have conversations. Now, are we going to have conversations forever? Maybe, maybe not. It's progressive and we're growing, but this is something that we can't shy away from. The church definitely can't be quiet about, because these are issues that face people that you sit next to in church. And I'm speaking specifically to my people. And by my people, I mean my church community. I hope all Christians in the world also don't shy away from that. Because just because somebody has a weave on straight and she smiles doesn't mean that she stops existing as a black person. And acknowledging them for that is one of the best things you could do for them. Just being quiet and listening when they're speaking, and not having this umbrella conversation and not actually dealing with what torments them or brings them fear. Beyond that, educate yourself. I think it's one of the most beautiful things that you can do for you. I didn't become pro-black just by the way. It's because I took time to educate myself, to learn. Pro-black doesn't mean anti-white. Let's just don't quote me on things I didn't say. But I started studying African American literature. I love the medium learning, honestly, through film. I feel like that's what I relate to the most, because that's I like visualizing the score, the music. Score and music is the same thing, sorry. The score, the cinematography, the writing. There's nothing more exquisite to me than having all. I feel like it's different mediums coming together. That's why I love film so much. So watch stuff. I know some of them can be heavy, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Please don't devoid yourself of becoming a better person because something is difficult to watch, because something is difficult to listen to, because you're gonna be a very empty human being along the line. You're devoiding yourself of things that could make you better. You are never going to fully empathize or fully understand what it means to be black, and that's fine. But you can learn. You can at least get to a place where it's like, okay, I might not fully understand what you mean, but I empathize. I'm sorry. I'm here. Learn. If dramas, I love dramas. I don't like romantic comedies. I don't like romantic stuff. So I would suggest TV shows like Blackish. It's been on for forever, so watch that and understand. And every single episode doesn't deal necessarily with race, but they are black people, so you see the experiences and you learn like that. TV shows like Blood and Water. I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it was gonna give you the experience of black people in South Africa, definitely. Movies like The Green Book, movies like I'm now blanking. I had a whole list in my mind. When They See Us on Netflix, that's a TV show. The last episode, I think it's episode 4. Bro, American Crime Story. Not to be confused with American Crime. The People vs. OJ is also really good. You can watch that. What else? I'll definitely make a list for you guys. Reading books, The Color Purple, Beloved, which my sister got me onto, and it is haunting. So that is definitely something to read. So I'm definitely gonna make a list of stuff that you can watch. 13th on Netflix, I watched that recently. Yeah, I think it's very important to just inform yourself. I best inform myself through the medium of art. So that's me. If you want to take courses online, if you want to read articles, you can do that. But I think whatever you do, just don't be stupid when you could be educated. That's my chance. So I kind of wanted to speak about that. I'm so glad you guys could sit with us and listen. It's not always easy. That was my subjective experience growing up in DRC and then growing up in South Africa, and I'm still growing up in South Africa, growing up during the pandemic, seeing things that challenge me as well as a black person to be better, to learn more, to learn how to be understanding of other people. And I hope you took something out of this. I hope you stop saying all lives matter, because I will block you. I will block you. It is what it is. And I hope you educate yourself. I hope you learn. I hope you are less scared of rejection than you are of bigotry and of being uneducated, and that you go for it. If this black person doesn't want to talk to you, that's fine. There's a lot of black people. If you are in South Africa and you see me somewhere, befriend me, man. Like, it's okay. Be that girl. Be that girl that DM somebody and be like, I want to learn, I want to be better. Because you can be better. Especially if you're a Christian, bro, you have no excuse, man. Peter was quoted to racism, man, in Acts. Just go read Acts 1, 2, 3, Acts 10, Acts 9. Just learn. So you can be in the church and still have certain feelings that you're struggling with. Learn. Yeah, but I hope you could learn something out of this video. Nox is definitely going to make one from her own perspective as well. Like I say, subjective reality, subjective narratives. So I hope you tune for that one as well. Unless this one comes after hers, you'll see. But yeah, I am so happy that I could sit down and speak with you guys. Definitely watch out for the next videos. It won't always be about racism. It also might be about gender-based violence. You know, and fun things too, you know. This is fun for me. I love talking about stuff like that. But I hope, yeah, just hope that this is something that you can go back to and learn. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.